The search for relief. For at least the last 150 years, and maybe as far back as the 9th century, humans have relied on some form of talk therapy to relieve depression and anxiety. Typically, the therapeutic alliance between a patient and therapist involves lots of talking by the patient, while the therapist guides the patient to insights leading to potential improvement of thoughts and relief of shitty emotions. I won't go into the many permutations since Freud popularized talk therapy in the late 1800s, because these are easily found on the web. In recent decades, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, has emerged as an effective form of talk therapy, and a patient can even learn to implement CBT techniques without the presence of a therapist. As a vast oversimplification, CBT involves examining automatic negative thoughts, identifying distortions or untruths in the thinking, and substituting a rational response. For example, if your daughter gets sick and you feel shitty because your thoughts insist you're a failure as a parent, you use a CBT technique to identify the thought as one of 10 or more types of twisted thinking, such as jumping to conclusions, overgeneralization, or labeling. You then substitute the thought with a more rational response, such as, "Hey, all kids get sick from time to time, and I'm actually a very dedicated, caring parent. That feels better." CBT is a wonderful advance in psychotherapy. It's very useful for some, but not for you, not now. Why not? 2 reasons. First, CBT involves too much exhausting mental work. You lack sufficient life force to take on each of the 1,000 or more micro-slashes you get hit with each day. Write it down, identify the type of twisted thinking, and substitute a more rational thought. You'll be mentally wiped out a half hour after breakfast, and you'll never have time to do anything else. Second, lots of the shitty thoughts you have are true. There is no twisted thinking involved. If you look in the mirror at your body that's 50 pounds overweight, your beast will say, "You're a fat ass." There is no rational response to substitute. Trying and failing to find one gives your beast more material to slash you with. So forget CBT for now. A simpler approach to responding proactively to shitty thoughts is the law of attraction, popularized by Esther Hicks, channeling a non-physical entity called Abraham, and later by the movie and book The Secret. In a nutshell, each thought has an emotional vibration that corresponds to a spot on a scale of 22 emotions. At the bottom are the emotions of fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. And at the top are joy, appreciation, empowerment, freedom, love. A thought that stimulates a feeling from the bottom of the emotional scale is feedback that you're not in harmony with your higher self. The law of attraction solution to shitty thoughts is a lot easier than CBT, because you only have to find a thought that feels just a little bit better. The better feeling thought doesn't even need to be related to the shitty thought. Your response to, "I'm a fat ass," or "I'm a lousy parent," could be, "Geez, I'm excited about going bowling tonight." As long as it feels better, you're on the road to raising your vibrational frequency, and you'll attract more positive thoughts. I became enamored of this approach and employed it assiduously for several years. If an acquaintance asked what I was up to lately, I'd say, "I'm finding a thought that feels better." I liked that each micro-slash from the beast did not require engagement or rationalization. I could simply change the channel from whatever shit the beast was dumping on me to a happier line of thought. Without conflict, I could just segue from feeling anxious about my dead-end job to simply being glad the rain had stopped, or the commute traffic was moving. It also gave rise to Hack 1, because it helped me identify the instantaneous connection between each thought and its corresponding feeling. However, as with CBT, happy thoughts and the myriad related approaches to reframing thinking can only take you so far. It's exhausting to be on a continual search for a better feeling thought, and sometimes those are hard to come by. Shitty thoughts resurface persistently. Sifting frantically through a bushel of crappy thoughts in hope of finding just one good one traps the vibrational frequency at anxious. At some point in the future, CBT and finding happier thoughts might serve you well. But more draconian measures are called for right now in the battle of the beast. Press on to Hack 2.